Great to have you back, friends. How can you become more attractive? That is a question that can be answered in a plethora of ways. So, from this day onwards, I'm starting a new series on the channel that focuses on exactly that.
Thank you.
Becoming a more attractive person for men and women. There are many differences between what the two sexes find attractive, which we'll cover with some solid scientific data in the near future. And in each video there will be one or two ways covered to become more attractive. One focused internally, and this will help you fortify your character, and one focused more on external appearances. If you're wondering why you should want to become more of an attractive person, it is because it will lead to a higher probability of you becoming successful. You'll be a person people want to be with. You'll develop an aura that people naturally will gravitate towards. There is this phenomenon called the halo effect, which is the tendency for positive impressions of a person, company, brand, or product in one area to positively influence one's opinions or feelings in other areas. But that will be covered in another video. People with a strong character are usually kind people. At the very least, they display small acts of kindness. You're shitting us. What about James Bond, Tommy Shelby, or Harvey Specter? I wouldn't describe them as kind. Really. The reason I picked this as the first internal trait you need to work on is more profound than meets the eye. Let's take James Bond for brevity of this video, and also since he symbolizes the epitome of masculinity to many men around the globe. And if he can be kind, then perhaps you are more willing to listen to what's about to come. If you're a guy and have looked around the internet on how to be attractive or pick up women, on how to make them want and crave you, you've undeniably heard things like, don't be a nice guy, don't show any friendly emotions, don't show weakness, don't be needy, don't compliment her. If you do compliment her, give her a backhanded compliment, pretend as if you don't want her. Now, with that line of reasoning, being a kind person seems like the complete opposite advice you'd expect. And what about this? James Bond provides his jacket to a woman who's cold. Well, that must be simp behavior, right? Guys, kindness is something that should be your modus operandi. It enriches you and everyone around you. It is an essential part of becoming a gentleman, which is a topic for another video. Friends, the reason you've heard these tips is that they work, at least for short-term mate selection, which I won't cover for now. Visualize it like this. If you're already being an extremely nice guy, always messaging someone within a few minutes, always being there, taking the lead of someone else all of the time, she chooses what to do and when to do. Then those pieces of advice will work great for you to an extent, which is key, guys. To an extent. The aforementioned things move you away from being the typical quote-unquote nice guy, which is great. However, if that is all you hear, you're being pushed from one dysfunctional extreme pole, let's call this deficiency, to the other dysfunctional pole, let's call that excess. There is a sweet spot in between, guys, depending on the situation, place and person you are with. A high-value man doesn't depend on manipulation tactics to get a woman. In fact, it is the most pathetic guys who depend purely on emotional manipulation to get what they want and in turn, damage someone else. There is nothing high value about that, guys. If you are doing that, you're a parasite, and by extension, you got some tyrannical qualities going on there. A truly confident man gets his way in a mutually beneficial way.
There's a time to be gentle, and there's a time to be firm.
You know, in fact, given your skills, I think you'd probably be the ideal person to handle my short-term needs. I've got nobody to help me with my workload.
I get it. You're forced to do everything yourself, and you need someone to help relieve the pressure.
Then we have an agreement?
I don't know. What kind of boss would you be?
Demanding, but very generous.
Generous is good.
If you want me to make an in-depth video on why these internet relationship gurus for men are killing your love life, damaging you and young women, then I want you to like the pinned comment, and when it reaches 750 likes, I'll make the video. The script is all set. Here is another act of kindness in Casino Royale. After James Bond and Vesper had an altercation with someone who tried to kill them, James goes back to the poker table. When he gets back, he notices a broken wine glass. He goes into the bathroom and encounters this. Then, He goes and sits down, not caring that his clothes get wet. Now, how would someone who follows the typical advice out there react in this situation? Scream at her and tell her to get over it? Look, he doesn't need to do anything. He can take off his clothes, go to bed and sleep like a baby. Instead of doing that, he goes and comforts her at his own cost. Now, all those relationship gurus would tell you this is making you a simp, or he's only doing this to get in her panties. Guys, these small little acts of kindness truly enrich your character, especially if you're someone who's exuding a lot of competence signals, which will become clear after the charisma video that's planned. There is a balance you need to find in your character, like mentioned before. So kindness, unlike what many people say, doesn't make you less attractive. For those who don't know, I've also started studying applied psychology next to my dental profession. Unfortunately, there isn't a proper part-time psychology on university level here in Holland. However, I didn't want to leave out what I could learn at university, so I got a very interesting, heavily scientifically resourceful textbook called Evolutionary Psychology of David Buss. Why am I mentioning this? In chapter 4, which is dedicated towards women's long-term mating strategies, the following is written. Women greatly value the traits of kindness, altruism, and generosity in a long-term mate. Among the top 10 qualities most desired by both men and women across almost all cultures were kindness. He refers to a 37 culture study that found kind and understanding was universally ranked as the most desirable quality in a long-term mate out of 13 ranked qualities. You might wonder why. According to research which is provided in the book, there are at least 5 signals that kindness and altruistic proclivities send out. First, the possession of abundant resources. Second, the willingness to provide resources to a woman. Third, good character. Fourth, good parenting and partnering qualities. And fifth, cooperative and non-cost inflicting disposition. And for women, the story here is a little different. Men nonetheless seek for kindness as a personality characteristic, but men place a premium on youth and physical attractiveness. The standards of attractiveness correlate highly with female fertility. Trust me, the video I'm recording after this one will expand on this. Friends, the research is fascinating, but I also want you to think for yourself. The men you like to hang around with, to be friends with, and even the men you admire, are they being kind, yes or no? You might say, Shayan, James Bond is not like that. Yes, he is. We can bring up the big 5 personality traits and connect agreeableness to this and explore this from that angle, but let's leave that out for now. James's kindness is also shown here, for example, when someone dying in his hands asks him to stay, even though he needs to leave.
There's a hospital on the other side of town.
Please, stay with me. Stay here, please.
In this case, he forgoes his own needs, jeopardizing his own chances of survival for that guy. Rationally speaking, he could have let him die, it wouldn't make a difference anyway, but it does make a difference. These small things is what a man of character does, not only for other people, but also for their own sense of self. Being able to look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and knowing that you're a good man. This is the soft side of these masculine men that makes them human to us, which we can empathize. Qualities like these people don't cover. It isn't something that gets a lot of clicks, views or likes. I'll elaborate on the soft side of masculinity in another video, and also the negative qualities of characters like James Bond, for example. Being a kind person, my friends, doesn't mean you should be a goofball, having a smile on your face 24/7, nor does it mean being a people pleaser, putting your own goals on hold to accommodate someone else all of the time. Doing those things don't necessarily make you attractive. Warmth cues, smiling for example, are essential for exuding charisma, but there is a delicate balance you need to find which is different for every person watching this. I'll explain it in an upcoming video of what charisma is, a formula for charisma, how you can tap into your charismatic self, and the dangers of charisma. So if you don't want to miss that, subscribe right now. Even though smiling is a key component of charisma and is something that can make you more attractive, it isn't something you want to have on your face all of the time. There is a research study done in 2011 with 1,041 individuals who examined sexual attractiveness of individuals showing emotion expressions of 1. Happiness, 2. Pride, and 3. Shame, compared with a neutral control. What turned out was the following. Happiness was the most attractive female emotion expression and, here's the kicker guys, the least attractive emotion expression in males. Pride showed the opposite. It was the most attractive male expression and least attractive female expression. In the video about alpha females, which will rub some of you the wrong way, I'll explore more of what the effect of certain strong, independent female qualities is on the work fit, your family, and even on most females generally speaking. Now you might wonder, Cheyenne, should I smile more often or not? Like I said, I'll get into that in the charisma video. Friends, the takeaway is, become a kinder person with the right people at the right time. Kindness makes you more attractive and more desirable. So here are 3 ways to practice being more kind. 1. Tell someone when you think positively of them. This can be a family member, a friend, a teacher, or even your boss. Try making it a habit of noticing good qualities about other people. I want to caveat this 1 second. I'm fully aware of the seduction phase, so don't use this as an excuse to shower someone with undeserved attention at first. 2nd, give genuine compliments and praise people. 3rd, treat waiters well. One of the things that really reveals someone's character is how they treat, quote unquote, their underlings or people with a lower social status, meaning people who at a particular space and time have a lower social status. Waiters, for example. Look at this.
Nada, vaya.
Now, compare that to this.
Your drinks, sir.
Can you leave them there, please?
The first guy is rude to someone who's there to help him. These small things can make or break someone's day, and it doesn't cost you anything. Friends, if you want to become a person with an attractive character, learn to adopt these small things. Say thank you more often, whether that's to waiters, to someone on a service desk, or even on the phone. Learn to appreciate it when people are there to help you out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Enjoy your stay.
I will. Thank you.
Mr. Bond, what's left for you?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Forward. Thank you. 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 Thank you.
Not bad, James, for a physical wreck.
Why? Thank you. Thank you.
How was the meeting?
Very good, thank you.
Your delivery.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Swan. Thank you, Q. Thank you. Would you press this for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice house.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take this.
What was that? A cigar for Felix.
Thank you. Oh,
You can go in.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, 007. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And as a bonus, you can look online for random acts of kindness videos and let that inspire you. Alright friends, that's the first internal trait I want you to start working on. In terms of kindness, I haven't explained the results this will have on your immediate environment, your family, colleagues, business associates, etc. The character building videos will focus more on that aspect and fortifying you to become a masculine force for the betterment of the world. The first external trait, which is a gem with a lot of scientific facts regarding mating strategies, will be uploaded soon. You can click here for the most recent video on the channel and click here for the next attractive quality that I'll continue recording right now.